What's going on, YouTube world? Charles Hutcherson here, and today, man, the highly requested, and ever since pretty much they started rolling the HK-22 out, people have been asking, how does this ball compare to that one? How does this one compare to that one? And again, I can't answer all of the questions as best my ability, but I think it's better just to show you. So I have all of the asymmetric HK-22 balls here, and we're gonna throw them all. We're gonna do about 5 shots with each ball, and then we're gonna change angles. Again, I'm gonna start off as far right as I possibly can, and then move left. Again, about 5 shots because it's a lot of balls. So to keep everything as smooth as possible, that's how we're gonna do it. All these balls have the exact same layout. All of them are still out of box. I haven't touched them with a bunch of surface or anything like that. So this is as close of a comparison as I possibly can. So before there's another release, I wanted to make sure I got this done now, with the Black Widow being the newest entry into the HK-22 line of balls. So, man, if you like any of what you're about to see, use the links below. It goes a very long way. And then also, man, the jerseys, I don't have a signature on currently, but man, the Cool Wick Elite Series is an awesome set of series of cool designs, man, that I really do like. So get over to coolwick.com and then use the discount code HUTCH10. Yeah, man, and that's it, man. We're gonna get right into it. This is probably gonna be a little longer of a video, so put your seatbelt on, man, and let's get it going, all right? So we're gonna start off with what I definitely consider the strongest ball, period. We're talking about down lane, talking about the earliest. We'll start off with the Brutal Collision. I am a huge fan of this ball. Like, I don't care what patterns out there, this ball's gonna hook on it. And I don't know, again, if people haven't tried it yet, but we're gonna start off with this one, and then again, go through the progressions. I'll start throwing some to the right and then move left. 5 shots. That ball is so good. If you haven't checked out Brutal Collision, you're really missing out, bro. Like, just period. So shot 2, I'm going again, cheat a little left. This ball still goes down lane, like, it is incredible. And if somebody did ask, like, hey, what's out here? This is a lightly used house shot. Again, there's like small league set that went on it. Yeah, still plenty of oil down there. And again, you saw how the Brutal Collision is going through the pins right now. So again, I'll take a couple boards left as well. Still throwing back to the same spot. Ball silly. So again, struck all 5 shots with this ball, well, 4 shots so far, 4 or 3. Again, give you about 1 more shot, a little further left, and just be in amazement of how good this ball is. And I'm slowing my speed down a little bit to get this far left. Low inside, 10, left and inside, didn't have quite the angle, but man, Brutal Collision. So the next ball that I feel is like, it's kind of in this order of strength. It's gonna be between Defender Hybrid, Top Speed, and the Katana. I feel like they're all kind of in this realm of like how early, but just based on my experience so far, I'm gonna go with the Katana. I think the Katana just sees it a little bit faster than Defender Hybrid. But yeah, so we get 5 shots with that one. And don't be surprised, I may guess wrong here, because they're all good, but I haven't thrown them like all side by side like I'm doing now. So this is kind of exploratory what we're doing right now. So let's definitely, again, I'm allowed to change my mind. So it's gonna keep this relationship that we're developing. So again, the Katana, the Defender Hybrid, and the Top Speed are all kind of in this realm where I'm trying to figure out which one is earlier and which one is, you know, a little bit more. I think the top speed is probably gonna be the top speed of the Katana is probably gonna be the most down lane. Those are my two guesses. But I'm gonna start again to the right and move left. All right, that was very, very direct. I'm gonna try to get one more shot in that particular zone and see what we got. But it's solid, that Katana. So because I believe that ball is a little quicker to the friction than the brutal is, that's why I can't play right there really. So I'm gonna start moving left, and then that ball and that shape, that's why I think this ball is like really strong. And I think the top speed is gonna be in there somewhere, and the Defender Hybrid is gonna be in there somewhere. So I'm very, very curious how these balls are all gonna respond, especially down lane. Man, ball hits, it hits, and it hits. So again, these next couple shots, I think we'll see what this Katana is all about. And yeah, man, just keep on going, keep it rolling. Make a little bigger jump left. Got on that one. Oh, late 9. Make another jump left. And I think this is where this ball will shine in comparisons, especially to that brutal. Continuation is everything. Continuation. I'm gonna throw one more a little further left just to see limitations. Still running over racks. But now I'm picking up the Defender Hybrid. I think this ball will be somewhere in there. So now we got Defender Hybrid. Very, very curious to see like how it's gonna look in comparison to what we just saw from the Katana. A little cleaner and not as quick to the friction as I feel like the Katana was. And that same spot, again, I am getting my feet under me, so I do feel like my speed was a little bit more, a little higher. But I still think that one just kind of rolled a little more forward, where the Katana just kind of kept cutting. Cheat it another little bit and try to throw it to the gutter a little bit. Boom. I had a little too much rotation and that ball took off. All right, so again, Defender's strong, plenty strong down lane too. So I'm gonna continue to move again a little left, and let's see if this is stronger or is the Katana stronger. You gotta answer that question. It looks good, man, but that is changing directions pretty hard as well. Like the Defender and the Katana, which one is stronger? I'm gonna continue to move a little left and see if we actually can figure this out. A little more forward. I think that's what I'm seeing. Like, at the end of the pattern, like it's still, again, struck, but I think that was just a little more forward, a little more deflection than the Katana. But tell me in the comments, like, how do you guys see them based on some of these shots? Like, where they stack up? Moving a little further left as well. Yeah, this, again, a little more deflection. That's kind of the only way we're gonna be able to tell. But yeah, I'm gonna throw one more shot with this one, then we're gonna pick up the top speed. And I think, again, let's see how really these three really compare, in my opinion. Caught that one pretty good. Yeah, it's a little more deflection out of that ball, so I think it's just seeing the lane a little sooner. So I actually will have the brutal collision, Defender hybrid, and then the Katana up under that for as far as like earliness, like because those balls are like kind of deflecting once you get so far left, where I feel like the Katana, you saw it just kind of running over the 9-pin. So yeah, but one more shot of the Defender, then we're gonna get to top speed. Packing racks, packing racks. Time for the top speed. Time for the top speed. Same drill. All right, well, cheat a little left. Try to give it away a little bit. A little easier, like that felt a little easier off my hand, just getting down the lane in comparison to the Defender hybrid, especially the brutal collision and even the Katana. I feel like it's just top speed just a little cleaner than those. Add a little more rotation. Man, it is like splitting hairs. Like, I feel like none of these balls are bad by any means. They just a little bit different. I feel like that's a little cleaner and rounder. And that's kind of been a staple for Columbia. Just clean stuff, but round at the back end. I don't feel like that's as snappy. I feel like Defender hybrid changed directions a little quicker. And I feel like the Katana changed directions a little bit quicker. Take another step left. Kind of like the first one that left me a 10-pin in that particular zone, and yeah, I'm comfortable. And I think just from right there, it just, again, that rounder shape needs to slow my speed down a little bit, and I think I can get the 10-pin out, no problem. Jump a little further left, and I'm gonna drop the speed down, give it a little time to see it, and get that 10-pin out. Oh, I threw that out the window. Okay, a little better entry angle. It looks good. Like, again, I think a lot of people, especially ones that are straighter, you see a little more, a calmer move off the back end of the pattern. It still hooks, top speed hooks, and I really do like this ball. But it's just a little rounder, a little more like predictable in comparison to some of the others. All right, last one with top speed, big left, slowing it down a little even more. Got around it. 10. Hey, not too mad at that. But we're gonna go ahead and jump into what I believe is the next ball, kind of in strength, is the Envision Pearl. And then after that, we'll jump to the other highly interesting ball, Envision Pearl. This ball is crazy, and let's see what it looks like, man. Big 4. I think that ball actually might move up the strength category as far as earliness, like, because that saw it. Like, that saw the fronts a lot faster, and I feel like through that, very similar to the top speed. I think this ball is going to be stronger than the top speed. I told you, I haven't thrown them all next to each other. And again, you can see it, and I really do want you guys, comment below, how do you see each one of these balls? Strongest to weakest. That Envision Pearl is strong, like strong. So we're gonna jump a little further left. I'll see what happens here. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna bump the Envision Pearl just a little bit higher than the top speed. I think it's definitely in that category with the Katana Defender hybrid. Like, it's reading the front of the lane. Like, it's getting kind of rolly. Like, I like it, but it is definitely rolly. So definitely moving up that category in my opinion. Let's keep on moving left. That ball just does the right things, period. Just does the right things. Get big left. See what it looks like. Losing a little bit of energy there. We'll try one more time and see. Again, the only ball so far that's looked that good from that particular far was the Katana. Like it just stored the most energy. Still right at the middle of the lane, but it just continuation like no other. All right, we're gonna move it again. Big left, slow the speed down a little bit more. A little stronger hand position. It carried, but it wasn't convincing. So I still got the Katana, kind of the best moving far left right now. So that's that. We're gonna go ahead and move into the next one, which is the Black Widow 2.0 Hybrid. I think this is definitely the cleanest, right? This might be the best from far left. I think that one and the 3D Attack are definitely gonna be up there for continuation, movement, and you gotta move left. So let's see what they look like. I'll move the same, starting off a little further right. Clean, it's clean, but there's a lot of balls going down the lane, so let's hurry up. I'm gonna go ahead and move a little bit left. So with it being a little cleaner, it's probably the most responsive. Right, the 3D Attack and this one is probably gonna be up there for responsiveness down lane. So I need to move again a little bit further left. The energy, the motion that this ball makes, and I'm still not even really getting my hand into it yet. Like, just wait. In 2 seconds, when I'm getting my hand around this joker, I'm telling you, this ball is no joke. This is where it starts to get fun. It's gonna keep on moving. This is where this ball lives. And just for giggles, I'm gonna try to leak one out there early and throw it just out there so you guys can see this ball reaction, because it's silly. Like, this Black Widow is nuts. If that's what you're looking for and that's really what you want down lane motion, like crazy, they did it with this one. Gonna cheat a little further left and get our pocket away even more. Left me to 10, but you see it get up the hill. Like, this ball's silly, man. Like, it really is. I'm gonna throw one more shot with this one. They're gonna get to the 3D Attack, and it just adds on to it. Like, these balls hook a ton down lane. As far left you want to get, this ball is there for it. It wants to be there. So, yeah, man, we'll go ahead and go to the 3D Attack, and that's gonna be it, man. We're gonna switch to my second set of angles, and that's it, man. HK-22 ASIMs. Once I get some more of the symmetrics, we will do that. I know I have the Captivate on the way, and I guess I got to figure out the Bigfoot Hybrid if you guys really want to see that. But I have my guy Jason Maryland. He's on the mission. He's gonna record that one, that and the explosion. I'm putting that on him to get those things recorded. But yeah, so that's what's coming. 3D Attack. Here we go. Start a little straighter. Probably won't be able to do this for long. Got the 10 out. Again, I think this is probably the cleanest of the HK-22 balls, and I think it's going to be the most responsive once we move farther left. But I might be wrong. The Black Widow just is kind of silly, so that might be the most responsive ball. But let's see. Got the furthest, but just yak right there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and cheat a little further left. And hopefully this one doesn't jackknife too bad on me. I got around that one. Can't get around it. You gotta kind of really roll it from right there. It hooks a lot. All right, we're getting more into the ball's comfort zone left. I got around that one, but that's going to jackknife. 9 pin. 9 pin. That's what that ball is. Hook, get left, get around this joker. So I expect this one to carry the most as I get a couple further left. It hooks. And so keep this in mind. All of these balls are being thrown at the exact same time. So I still think they stack up that way, but if your particular bowling center, right, has more value, each one of these balls might look slower. But I still think they're gonna fit in the same particular order. So that's why I'm doing it. All at the same time, all at the same bowling center. But again, for each person, it can differ, but I think the ball reactions and the characteristics will still hold the same. So in my opinion, this is kind of really how these balls shape up. 3D attack is definitely, in my opinion, the cleanest and the most responsive down lane. Then you have the Black Widow. Then I actually think you got the top speed. And then you got the Envision Pearl, Defender Hybrid, and then the Katana. And then all the way at the top, the biggest, the earliest ball will be the Brutal Collision. So for giggles, I'm gonna throw the 3D attack 2 more times because I want to stand far left with this ball and really show you where its A game is, and then we're gonna go to the second set of shots. I don't think I need to say anything further about how much that ball hooks down lane. I think that's just what it is. Any other ball in this particular category that hooks, I think this is almost like a UC2, like as far as just the angularity, but like it just ball hooks. Make sure I keep my elbow in. Ball hooks a lot, but let's go ahead and change the angles and you can see them all up close and personal. So for everyone who has made it this far into the video, I will be doing a giveaway. I will be giving away a jersey. So I need you to count how many strikes were thrown in total for just these close-up shots. Pretty much from here out, how many strikes were thrown. Need you to comment on my Facebook page, the Hype Ball Reviews, and comment again how many strikes were thrown, and you'll be entered. And person who guesses correctly, I will do a random drawing. Will be selected and I'll get their information. But yeah, as we get back into how strong this Brutal Collision is, it is by far one of the strongest balls I've thrown, including the Paragon. Whatever they did with HK-22 with this particular ball is incredible. But yeah, it's definitely top of the bag. And again, I told you, like, it got kind of muddled once you got to the Katana and Defender Hybrid, and I still do see the Defender Hybrid as being, again, stronger or earlier, I should say, earlier. It picks up the lane sooner than the Katana does, which makes sense. And then I actually got the Envision hopping up there right behind, right after pretty much the Katana, and then you get the top speed. But Yeah, man, all of them are very, very good. And the balls I always carry around is definitely Brutal Collision, the 2.0 now, and really then the Envision Pearl. Those are kind of the three. All of the other ones are, you know, they kind of are gap fillers. If you need a particular reaction, you can go to them. They're there. But depending on, again, like I said, what house I'm going to. If I'm going to a higher friction house, I will take a top speed because it's going to be a little rounder at the break point and give me a little more forgiveness. Where sometimes the 2.0 can be a little too much. And again, it's just really your preference. That's what all of these are. These are all tools in the toolbox, and whichever ones, you know, really fit your game and which match up with you, like that's what you lean on. And again, for me, I like some rollier equipment and some cleaner stuff depending on where I'm going. But man, the Envision Pearl is just really still a standout to me. And then once you jump into the Black Widow 2.0, that's when I get left, the lanes it's forcing me that way. Then I need something that's going to get up the hill every time. That's when I pick this ball up. But guys, I did run out of time. The bowling center actually cut off on me, where it closed. So you're only going to get one shot here with the 3D attack, and you will actually see that. But as promised, I completed it, and I appreciate you guys so much. And we have a lot more fun stuff to come. So until next time.